Hi everyone, welcome back to the Young Grower. So today we're going to be starting off our first flower seeds of the year. Accumulated quite a few seeds over the years, so yeah, this year we're going to actually try and grow a lot of the flowers ourselves. Normally it's only veg we grow, but yeah, we're going to try something new and share it with you guys, and hopefully you can learn something along the way. All going to be sown in my polytunnel. It's our first year using this polytunnel, so I'm very excited to get these seeds in some compost and see them starting to come to life. This time of the year is quite miserable, the weather's horrible, and just to see that seedling popping through the compost is amazing. I need a bit of motivation and encouragement this time of year, so seeing the seeds come through is, yeah, perfect. So let's have a look at the seeds I'm growing this year. So I have grown some of these before, but let's have a quick look through and see what we got. We got some purple cascadia. We got some tall mix coloured snapdragons. We have some oxeye daisy. We have some French marigolds. We also have these double click rose bonbon cosmos that I'm absolutely over the moon to be growing this year. They just look amazing. And then we have some orange cosmos phoenix. I've not grown these ones before either. I did try to start some seeds last year, but I forgot about them. So yeah, I can't wait to see them grow. Then we have some, I'm not even going to pronounce that, Miss Wilmot's Ghost. We have some more snapdragons, there's some delphiniums, some aquilegia, and then we have some red eye Susan Rebecca. Yeah, so I'm going to get all these pots filled with compost and then we'll get to the sowing stage. And I'm just using some standard multi-purpose compost. It's nothing special, it's good for starting seeds in, hanging baskets, beds and borders. So I haven't gone out my way to buy any seedling compost. Yeah, so we're going to use that compost and I'll get the pots filled up. So that is all the pots filled up with compost. And now the next stage is to plant the seeds. And I will do all these the same. I'm just going to sprinkle seeds on the surface and then get a layer of compost and cover them over and water them in. When I do so, I don't do a specific depth, I just plant them and they do seem to grow, so don't worry too much about getting the exact depth or what the instructions say. Have a play around, do something different. That's how I've learnt the most, is by just doing what I feel is right, and it seems to work most of the time. So I'm not going to spend ages going on and boring you. I'm just going to get these quickly sown, bring you along with me, and hopefully inspire you to grow some flowers yourself this year. So let's do it. So to start off with, I'm going to sow the cosmos and the marigolds, and a Sharpie pen. It's the only pen that ends up staying on the labels. Yeah, when it's anything other than a Sharpie, it seems to run off and disappear. So yeah, I always use a Sharpie to do mine and reuse these labels year and year on. So I'm going to show you this first one I do, just so it gives you a bit of an idea how I sow my flowers. Let's put them all out there. And then we are just going to sprinkle them on the surface. Just like that. Then we're going to get some compost. And just lightly cover them over. And give it a little firm down. You don't want to push too hard to compress the soil, but you want it so that there's contact between the compost and the seeds. And I rip my label out straight away to put in there, because yeah, if you don't do that, you're going to end up forgetting what you've sown. And there's going to be some drama trying to figure out what's what when it's time to prick them out and to plant them. And there we go. Now I'm going to speed on with the rest and we'll catch up after. So that's the first lot done. We've done the marigolds and we've done both of the cosmos. Still have some French marigolds left, so I'm actually going to sprinkle them directly in the flower bed, and see how they get on. So next we're going to do some oxeye daisy, the snapdragons from real seeds, and these purple cascadia, and I'm going to do exactly the same as what I did to the other ones with these. Now let's get this last tray filled up, and then that's us done with the flowers. So now I'm doing the Rebecca. Never grown Rebecca before, so it's going to be interesting to see how these do. I always like to do more seeds than what I'm going to need, at least that way I've got enough plants and I can give plants away. I love giving plants to people. I love to make people's day by just saying, here, would you like this plant? And then them get so much enjoyment out of it. So I always make sure I do extra seeds, and if you can do extra seeds to give to someone, then try to. You'll be surprised how good it makes you feel. And in these times, bringing someone else a little bit of joy is what we all need. I'm just going to cover these lightly with compost. And don't worry if there's little chunks and that in the compost. From my personal experience, it's fine as long as it's not a huge lump. Just remove the huge lumps. And don't forget labels. I know I've said it a few times now, but labels is the most important thing when you're doing your seeds. You do not want to get them mixed up. Yeah, I've done it in the past and it is a nightmare to try and figure out what is what, especially if it's your first year growing these, because you don't know what the seedlings are going to look like with the cosmos, etc. and dahlias. I know what they look like when they come up, so I can tell them apart from, say, the Rebecca or the oxeye daisies. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get on with the rest of these. Next I'm going to do these. I have no idea how to pronounce them. Eryngium. Yeah, superb for cut flowers, so they're going to be amazing in the cut flower garden. So now we're on to the last ones of these, and they're the delphiniums. And there we go, that is all the flower seeds out of these lots sown. I'm going to sow dahlia seeds just to see how well they do in here compared to the ones that I'm going to be sowing at home on the windowsill. I like to sow quite a lot of things at home on the windowsill, only because I've got a radiator underneath of it. It acts as a propagator and it's worked really well for the last 3 years. These will be all perfectly fine in my polytunnel. I've never grown in my polytunnel before, so it's all learning and all trying to find out what is the best way to grow. But I'm happy we've got all those seeds sown, got to water them in, and then I'm going to put some propagator lids just over the top of them just to give them that extra bit of warmth. So to finish off, I am going to start off some of the dahlia seeds. We have 4 different varieties here. We have a pom-pom mixed. We also have Yankee Doodle Dandy, what is an amazing one. Grew this last year, in love with it. Got some dahlia dwarf cactus mix, as well as some dahlia redskin mix. So I'm just going to start a few of these off here, then we'll start some off at home and we can compare them throughout the season. I'm going to sow these exactly the same as I did all the other seeds, so I'm not going to sit here and talk you all through it. I'll put it on fast mode and get them done. Now all I need to do is write the labels up. And there we go, that is all the flowers sown. We've got a very wide range, what I'm hoping will fill the new flower garden out. All we've got to do is give them a gentle water in. I've actually put all my pots into trays without any holes. I will only water them from the top once, and then every other time I will do it from the bottom. Just saves compressing the compost, because sometimes that can stop seeds germinating. So all we have to do now is to cover them over with the propagator lids, and this should just help keep some of the heat and the moisture in and hopefully allow for a better germination rate. But they're not going to fit 100%, but they're still going to hopefully do the job. And I've got one more for the last little one. It's a little bit bigger, but it will still do the job. Beautiful. And there we go, that is our first flower seed started of the year, and I hope this gives you some inspiration to get yourself some seeds started. what have you got to lose? If they don't grow, they don't grow. If they do grow, you've got yourself some plants that you're going to be able to watch grow all year round. Yeah, I cannot wait to get this new flower garden up and running. If you're new to my channel, please like, follow and subscribe to get notifications when I upload my latest content. So thank you, and we'll see each other soon.